Hey guys, Pretzelman 945 here. Welcome back to the video. So yesterday I did a full-on movie binge day, and this video is going to be me reviewing all four movies that I watched. Which might not sound like a lot, but um, most of them were pretty lengthy movies, and so uh, I think it kind of balances out. So the first one that I watched was the big variety of movies. So just be prepared for that. But the first one I watched was K-pop Demon Hunters because I had seen an insane amount of hype for this movie. Basically a lot of this year ever since it came out in like May or June or whatever it was, something like that. Um, and it was a decent movie. I'd say maybe like a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. The music was pretty solid. I think my favorite song was Your Idol or the one from the beginning, which I don't remember. Is it like Determined or something? I think that was my favorite song. Um, it was a unique theme. The animation was really, really good. Ginu's character was like pretty predictable, but I didn't see his sacrifice coming. That was a nice moment. Um, I do feel like the whole like Rumi revealing that she has the demon patterns. I feel like to her friends. I feel like that should have happened like sooner in the movie than it did because like the fact it happened so late kind of really diminished the emotional impact, in my opinion. Um, but it was a decent movie. I enjoyed it for what it was. Second movie I watched is another one I've heard a lot of people talk about this year, and that was Sinners. And man, Sinners was an incredible movie. It tackled a really, really interesting like topic and in a very interesting time period, which is like, blacks in the South. And I twins, the concept of twins is one of my favorite storytelling tropes of all time. And so, I loved the twins that were both played by Michael B. Jordan in this movie. I thought that was such a cool concept. Um, and of course, they were the most entertaining characters in the movie. Um, uh, because the idea of them being like these Chicago type people that are quite wealthy that come down to the South again to like sort of open up this club thing was a really cool thing. And I'm a huge fan of any film that really does something to experiment with music. That scene where it's like the long tracking shot in the club and it's like all the different kinds of music and musicians and dancing styles. That is one of the coolest movie scenes I've ever watched in any movie ever. Um, and like what they do with music in this movie is really cool. Was I expecting there to be vampires? Fuck no, but vampires are really damn cool. And I really, really liked how they this film took something as um fantastical as vampires, and I think it did such a good job of grounding the idea of vampires into the themes of like religion and belief. And that to me was just really powerful. That was honestly probably the most impressive part of the storytelling to me is the way that they managed to sort of um condense this idea of vampires into very realistic themes. And the acting was so fucking good. Like I was shocked to find out Haley Steinfeld was in this movie. Like, you're telling me the same actor that played Mary, I think her name was, is the same actor that played um I forget her name, the girl from Hawkeye. That was insane to me. But all the actors were so damn good. But especially Michael Jordan. Like his ability to just act as like who wins uh was just insane. And this movie was just so fucking amazing. If you have not watched Sinners, I highly recommend it. What was even better than that was Terminator 2. Terminator 2 is a straight masterpiece. It is like the perfect sequel. I'm sure that everyone has said this before, but I'm saying it now. Terminator 2 is like the perfect sequel. It um changes up the concept by having the same Terminator who tried to kill in the last movie be the protector this time, while still maintaining the core element by having another Terminator that's trying to kill the Connors. But it also makes it different because this Terminator is like much more powerful due to the crazy liquid metal ability, which like makes him way more powerful, but still like a defeatable opponent, just like um Arnold Schwarzenegger was as the killing Terminator in the first movie. It also like perfectly develops the characters because it gives Sarah a really interesting sort of character arc where she has to deal with like regret and sort of knowing what will happen um and um and obviously uh the Terminator's character development from being the protector role in this film and like learning not to kill and like learning and being a robot that learns human emotion. It's such a simple idea, but it's executed so well, and it's a perfect expansion again upon the concept of the first Terminator movie. Um, Also, I really liked John Connor. Obviously, there's a whole stigma about kids and kid actors, but like whatever actor this was did a really good job, and I think really encapsulated the teen energy very well. Um, and yeah, this movie is also just so fucking hype because it's like non-stop action for basically the first 40 minutes. And then like all the really good character development happens in the middle and it gets paid off with an even hyper action-filled finale. Like the pacing of this movie is honestly just perfect. Um this Terminator 2 is a masterpiece and easily, I don't know exactly where it ranks yet, but it's easily in my top 20 films of all time. Masterpiece of a film. And the last film I watched was Pulp Fiction, and um this is one of the strangest films I've ever seen. Um, but I did enjoy it. It was a very funny movie. It had amazing acting by John Travolta, Bruce Willis, and especially Samuel L. Jackson, who is the best part of the film because he's my favorite actor of all time. And I think this might be my favorite role of his ever, potentially. Um, and it's a fun time a lot of the time. You really feel bad for Vincent Vegas and all the shit he gets into, only to end up shot like halfway through the movie. Um, but it's also like the movie doesn't really have a plot either, which makes it like really hard to rank and talk about in a way, just because uh you don't really know what to expect when you're watching it. And I suppose that is part of the fun, but like uh it just doesn't really make that much sense to me either. I would give it like a solid 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought that I was going to, I guess. Um, that doesn't mean it was a bad movie though. I still enjoyed it. This very strange movie, and I get the sense that I would find all Quentin Tarantino films like this, but I don't know because this was the first one I've seen. Um, but yeah, that was the four movies I watched in one day yesterday. If you have seen any of these movies, then let me know what you think in the comments. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.